No, I felt pretty good. I don't think the coaching staff would have put me out there if they didn't like what they saw in training the past, I'll call it week and a half, 2 weeks. So yeah, playing 90 is much different. You know, you're on your feet for a while, you're moving around. But no, I felt good out there. I was ready for the game. The first half did feel like it took forever, but overall happy with how I was feeling, how I performed, and how the team performed. More importantly.
You hadn't been in front of the fans for a while, and you had 25,000 plus tonight. What was that moment like going down in front of the fort, beginning of the game, clapping, and kind of being able to reciprocate those feelings?
Yeah, I mean that moment, the moment before that, you know, when the announcer announces my name and you know the crowd gives me a huge cheer and a boost. I choked up, to be honest. It's been really hard for me to be away from the game, away from this team. I love it here. I love playing here. I love playing soccer in general. Like it's just a huge piece of my happiness and who I feel like I am as a person. And so to be away from the fans, who I've developed such a close relationship with over the past few seasons, that was really hard. To be away from the guys, not really feeling the emotions, all the things that they were going through week in, week out. That was really hard as well. So I kind of felt like an outsider in our own locker room, but getting back out there tonight, I think you saw at the full-time whistle, everybody sort of coming to me, welcoming me back, and you know, giving me hugs and all that. It felt really, really good, and it's a nice start to a weekend, and I'm getting married tomorrow, so.
Congratulations, first of all. You were on the Men in Blazers talking about like you want to leave this team in a better position than they are in right now. Can you just talk about how important that is? The other thing you mentioned is Petrovic being a pretty good goalkeeper and passing the torch to him. Can you talk about like what you've seen of him so far?
Yeah, I guess passing the torch is kind of like the wrong term in terms of like I don't know if I necessarily have a torch to pass, right? Like I think maybe my self-awareness was a little big-headed there. So let me come back down from that a little bit and just say that what I've seen from him is that he's he's way more talented than I was at his age, you know. He's taller than me, he's athletic, but you know, he's got things that he's going to have to work on if he wants to be a consistent player for this team, as we all do. I think the big thing for us is, as a team, is you know, not getting these one-offs, a one-off good game, a one-off win, compounding things, getting wins in succession like we did last season, getting good performances in succession like we did last season, and finding consistent performers is difficult. So I think that for him, he works on a few small details in his game. He's going to be a really good player for this organization.
Tom, kind of guess following up with what Jeff was talking about before, you know, after that second goal, I saw you pretty emphatically celebrate that, and it seemed like it meant a little bit more to you at that moment. So let's talk about that.
For sure, getting that little extra boost at the end, a little bit of padding, right? Because I felt myself fatiguing a little bit. I haven't played 90 minutes since February 2nd, so it's been a long time. So as goalkeepers, especially when you're not involved in the game constantly, it's important to stay in it mentally. And that just gave me a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a cushion that allowed me to, I don't want to say relax a little bit, but not feel so much pressure that I had to be ready on a knife's edge for that big moment to keep it at 1-0.
Last question, Jeff.
I want to ask about Tico, because I was just talking with Farrell, and he said the two of you were actually talking about Tico before the game, and it seems like for the guys who see him in training every day, it wasn't a surprise what he went out and did tonight.
Absolutely not. I was really pleased for Tico, but again, like we're going to need him to consistently perform for us, right? I thought he had a really good game in DC, and he earned that time out there on the pitch tonight, and he rewarded us with a goal in the first minute. And I just told him, even in our pregame huddle on the field, I literally said to Tico, you know, show the world, show the fans what you show us in training every single day. Take players on, be a handful, and he went out and he did that, and he scored, and I couldn't be happier for him because he's a quiet kid, but he works really, really hard, and he's been grinding over the past few seasons. So he's got a lot of talent and a lot of potential, but he's just got to, you know, now take this performance and continue to build on it.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, guys.
No problem.